Come out and play.
Assalamualaikum guys, selamat kembali ke channel Low Effort Opinion. I'm your host Brother Zain. And sebelum memulakan video hari ni, aku nak minta maaf banyak-banyak dekat korang sebab aku tahu aku dah lama tak buat video. So I think it's best for me to explain what has been happening to me in the past few months. So February, aku memang busy. Aku tak ada masa nak pergi wayang, aku tak ada masa nak tengok movie. And then March, aku tak sangka dia akan jadi lebih busy daripada February sebab March kan bulan puasa. So aku memang tak ada masa. Pukul 4 pagi bangun sahur, lepas tu sembahyang subuh, lepas tu pergi kerja, balik kerja, buka puasa, tarawih, and then balik tarawih pukul 10 malam. Aku macam I just barely get enough sleep, probably about 2 to 3 hours every day saja. So sekarang dah masuk bulan Syawal, so aku nak ucapkan selamat Hari Raya kepada semua yang menyambut di luar sana. Hope you guys stay safe, stay happy, spend your time with your family, makan banyak-banyak. Sekarang dah masuk bulan Raya, aku dah ada free time sikit and I have seen this one movie yang aku tak expect dia ada sequel weh. You know, I was excited because dia punya first movie yang sebelum ini, I am a huge fan of it. From the title, korang pun sudah tahu. So there you go guys, the movie that I will be talking about and reviewing today is Ready or Not 2, Here I Come.
Do not come.
I'm gonna come.
So, Ready or Not 2, Here I Come, directed by... Aku tak pandai sebut nama dua orang ini. The same director of the first film. Aku jujur aku cakap aku tak tahu movie ni ada sequel up until like maybe hujung tahun-tahun lepas. Itu pun from a single Instagram post tau. Aku tak tengok trailer, aku tak tengok teaser. I only know about this sequel bila I saw a post mereka cakap the filming has wrapped up. So aku masuk ke dalam wayang, aku memang tak tahu plot dia. I only know that they are getting hunted again, but this time the main character is not alone. But to be honest as a fan of the previous movie, aku in the middle when it comes to whether this movie deserve a sequel or not. Sebab the ending of the first movie is already perfect and memang ada rasa dalam hati aku bahawa this movie is an unnecessary sequel, tidak diperlukan. Like legit, nobody is asking for a part 2 of this movie. However, as we later discuss, the ending of this second movie membuatkan aku rasa macam, okay, it's worth to have the sequel even though it is unnecessary, but the way that this franchise end on the second film makes it feel like it's worth to have another sequel after all. So, movie ini mengisahkan tentang our main character Grace and her direct continuation from the previous movie di mana dia sudah survive from playing a satanic ritual game of the Ladomas family. Sekarang dia ditahan oleh pihak polis for questioning, but at the same time dia dipersatukan semula with her long lost sister yang bernama Faith. However, not long after that, Grace and Faith is hunted down by other big families sebagai consequences for winning the previous game, di mana family-family ini will compete with each other to see who can kill Grace first untuk memenangi sesuatu dari ritual yang jarang berlaku ini. There you go guys, itulah sedikit sebanyak synopsis plot for the whole movie. Now let's get to what I like and what I don't like about this movie.
I like when you like this, Daddy.
Yeah, where you put my bag
Daddy,
at?
I like when you
It's right here,
scrambling
it's
and
right
scraping.
Okay, the very first thing that I like about this movie is of course cara movie ini start. Dia bermula immediately sambungan daripada ending of the first movie, which is a good reminder sebab the first movie is about 7 years ago. And not only because of that, I also like it because kita jarang tahu dapat tengok apa yang jadi selepas any main character daripada any horror movie apabila mereka sudah direscue oleh polis. Kita memang jarang dapat tengok apa jadi dekat mereka, and in this movie we are shown that the consequences is that walaupun kita sudah survive, we will still be questioned by the police, and kalau nasib malang, kita yang akan masuk jail. So I appreciate this approach on how they start this movie. Next, I like the addition of Catherine Newton to the casting of this movie. At first, aku agak ragu-ragu sikit sebab I'm thinking she's going to be not as good as Samara Weaving, but turns out she held on her own when it comes to performances, and I didn't expect to love the chemistry that both of them share on screen. But not only her, I also like the addition of Elijah Wood sebagai the lawyer in this movie. Next, I also like the addition of other Satan worshipping rich families yang spread across the world instead of satu saja family yang buat benda macam tu. Tak make sense kalau Ladomas family from the previous movie sahaja the only family that do this kind of ritual to get rich. However, I'm not sure. Aku tak ingat whether they have mentioned ataupun teased the existence of these other families before dalam movie yang sebelum ini. So I might have to give it a rewatch after this. Next, I like the pacing of this movie sebab dia almost immediately dia start the next hunting sebelum Grace even arrested ataupun detained. And lagipun throughout the whole movie, it is evenly spaced between the next action ataupun drama. So pacing memang tak ada masalah from start to finish. Lagipun dia punya duration for this movie is not even long. Next, I also like the fact that Grace memakai semula dia punya bloody dress from the previous movie is justifiable and makes sense from a storytelling standpoint sebab pakaian yang dia ada tu it is still one of the barang bukti yang akan dibawa bersama Grace waktu dia nak ditahan, tapi belum sempat ditahan lagi. The other big family sudah attack the hospital. So basically she was like, aku tak dapat nak berlawan, aku tak dapat nak move freely with this hospital punya gown, so let me just take this out of the evidence bag and wear it once again because it offers more mobility for her to move around in that dress compared to the hospital gown. I'm glad it's not one of those movies where the character be like, oh, I must wear this iconic outfit from the previous movie as a callback so that fans will remember it. No, aku syukur sangat dia bukan macam itu. It is very cleverly done and we get to see Samara Weaving ataupun Grace memakai semula that iconic bloody dress. I like it. Also, there's one thing that I like about this movie yang mungkin agak controversial for some people, but if you take it from a face value ataupun just consider it as a joke, this movie lean into some stereotypes of multiple races. For example, family yang dari China mereka menggunakan weapon pedang. Family yang Spanish pula of course menggunakan pistol, senapang, you know, macam cartel. And then ada family dari India, kalau korang tahu ada satu jokes on the internet mengatakan bahawa Indian people hate showering ataupun they don't shower. Ada watak dari Indian family ini dia mati dibasuh ataupun dimandikan dalam washing machine yang besar. Aku tak tahu itu washing machine untuk membasuh apa, but basically he got killed by a shower. So for me, aku tak ada masalah. I really enjoy it. I find it to be funny. I find it to be enjoyable. Aku tak tahulah kan orang di luar sana macam mana dia receive this stereotypical punya writing, but for me, I find it to be enjoyable. I like it. It's funny. It's a thumbs up from me. Speaking of which, the comedy in this movie is also good. Some jokes are of course ada edgy sikit, but it is very similar to the first film, so I don't really mind it. I love the comedy in this movie. Some scenes are cleverly done, so it feels good to be back having that similar humor of the first movie. And that is all that I like about this movie. Now, let's get to what I dislike about this movie, and yeah, let's get straight to it.
Brother,
Okay, what I don't like about this movie, jujur aku cakap tak banyak, just a little bit. So aku akan mulakan dengan I hate the fact that they are constantly arguing, Faith and Grace. For example, sometimes they are at the place where they should be quiet and bekerjasama, but for some reason they use the opportunity to like diss each other and then bergaduh lah and then buat each other menangis lah apalah. To me, that's like overkill. Too often way. Macam please, rehat sekejap way, tak payah nak gaduh all the time. However, aku pun faham it is done to like explain the lore of the two sisters sebab we don't really have opportunity to learn about their past, so they use that opportunity to feed us necessary information regarding the two sisters. Next, macam biasa, aku pun tak suka kalau ada character jahat yang nak membunuh our main character but somehow they move so slow, okay? Like for me, this is one of the most unavoidable trope yang semua horror movie masukkan ke dalam movie mereka. I'm not sure why, but I'm not going to accept it every single time, so of course aku akan criticize kalau ada karakter yang sengaja bergerak slow, especially karakter yang ada weapon, yang ada gun. Kenapa tak tembak dengan cepat way? Why you have to scope terlalu lama to the point where they miss terribly the moment they pull the trigger? Speaking of gun ataupun senapang, ada satu watak which is of course one of the Spanish family. Ada satu budak ini, basically he brings a automatic pistol ataupun aku tak tahu, maybe Uzi, and bila dia shoot way macam macam nampak sangat fake sebab tak ada recoil langsung. Dia tembak steady gila tapi tak ada satu pun kena kepada our main characters. Okay, last thing, last. Ada satu watak di mana dia in the middle of the hunting game, dia decide to remove himself from the family name, which means he is now free from all the curse of the label ataupun apa semua. But at the end of the movie, di mana all of the family die because label marah dekat mereka, everyone got killed just like in the first movie punya ending. Somehow lelaki tu dia tetap mati juga walaupun dia already remove himself from the family name. So it's like a contradictory rule. Sorry, aku lupa nak inform tadi. Basically, this movie introduced more rules and regulations to the game and to the family. But one of these rules has been corrupted ataupun ada contradiction because this one guy, he already removed himself from the family. Kenapa dia pun mati juga? I would have been okay kalau dia walk freely out of the game, out of the family, out of everything. It would be funny kalau ada satu watak di mana dia dulu orang jahat, but now that he removed himself from the family, he gets to walk out of the game alive bersama dengan our main characters. That would be funny, but for some reason the rules are contradictory and dia mati. And that's it so far for the things that I don't like. Memang sikit saja. Now let's get to the honorable mentions in this movie. Okay, first honorable mention, I didn't expect that the attack would start immediately in public lagi tu dekat hospital. I expect dia to start in private ataupun in secrecy because this is usually how rich family that controls the world operates kan. Mereka didn't want to expose themselves too much to the outside world. But the reason why this is an honorable mention is because later we learn that this action of starting the hunt ataupun starting the attack too early menyebabkan satu keluarga to be killed off screen by the devil sebab dia melanggar peraturan. They start too early before the game even start, therefore they got eliminated, and it is a clever way untuk mengurangkan watak jahat dalam movie ini. Next, I appreciate the fact that this time the hunting ground, the game punya area lebih besar. It is more than just one building. Ada juga dekat outside, dekat golf punya padang, which is sesuai untuk game kali ini sebab lebih banyak peserta dari family-family lain. And last but not least, honorable mention of this movie is, kalau korang nak tahu, I am a huge fan of the Bleach anime, and dalam movie ini aku perasan yang tak ada orang mention sebelum ini, aku perasan ada pedang yang digunakan oleh watak dalam movie ini, pedang yang digunakan oleh Toshiro Hitsugaya to be exact. Aku sudah search online, aku sudah tengok Ready or Not punya community fans ataupun Bleach fans, tak ada satu pun yang notice this pedang digunakan dalam movie ini. So as a fan of both Bleach and Ready or Not, I have to appreciate this. And that is all for today's review of Ready or Not 2, Here I Come. So, I'm going to rate this movie an 8 out of 10. Definitely fun and entertaining, but not necessarily as great as the first film. Apa pendapat korang guys? Do you like the movie? Will you go see it? Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Again, I want to apologize sebab sudah lama sudah tidak buat video. And of course, sekali lagi, selamat menyambut Hari Raya Aidilfitri. Maaf zahir dan batin. See you guys in the next video, insyaAllah. It's been your host, Brother Zain, and I'm out. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Peace out.
What's the beast to a dinosaur, nigga? Pterodactyl mixed with a T-Rex. T-Rectodactyl.